information from TV, and he was gracious enough to do an interview with me. So thank you for taking time out of your day to do this today.
Sure, thanks for having me talk with you. Thanks, Brooke.
Why don't you tell my viewers and a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, I grew up in Indiana about 14 years ago, and unlike a lot of people, I didn't move out here for the entertainment industry. I moved out because I had vacationed out here like 7 times, and I just felt like it was home. And after being out here, I went back to school, was really interested in acting and writing, and so as I graduated, I decided that I was going to pursue acting and writing as a career, and it's been about 10, 12 years now, and got into production and other things, and I've always been entrepreneurial, and so the business side of me saw that independent television or web series, a lot of people had no business whatsoever, and some of them were producing really good stuff, a lot of people were producing not so good stuff, and but the business side wasn't there. And so JTS.TV kind of came about as I was looking at an answer to make a model where these talented creators could make enough money to at least go back into production on their shows based on what they're earning, because the ad models just don't work for scripted narrative, meaning basically fiction shows, what you typically think of as a series on TV that's fiction. Those ads don't pay enough, and so trying to come up with a model that works. So we have a $3.99 subscription, and viewers get better experience. There are no ads. The creators get more money because we split 50% of the revenue with all of our shows, and you don't have to worry about finding the good shows amongst all the bad shows, because production costs are down. It became so easy to shoot a show that a lot of people learn how to make stuff, which is great, by making a web series. But when you're in that learning process, that means you produce stuff that maybe isn't so good. And so it's hard to find the really good shows. So every show on our network is high quality, the best of the best. And you're not going to like every show because we have a variety of styles. Not everything's for everybody, but every show is worth giving a shot to because it's done so well and the story's good. So that's kind of like my background and how JTS TV evolved from what I was doing.
So what can users expect from the site?
Well, we update our content regularly. So in addition to what we having, we have 14 shows right now. That your subscribers can get, full unlimited access, streaming instantly. If you stop at the 3-minute point of an episode, you can pick it up later and just right to the 3 minutes without waiting for it to download or anything like that. And 2-3 new episodes a week right now coming out, and we're working on a few shows that are really close. So we're going to be keeping 2 to 3 episodes a week for the foreseeable future. It may increase. I don't see that decreasing at all, because we continually add shows that are coming out, or some that have already been released. Mostly what we're acquiring now for the rights to distribute are brand new shows that nobody's ever seen. And then we do exclusive for, say, 6 months. And then the show go into syndication if they want to send it out to an audience that, because some people just won't subscribe no matter what, no matter how cheap it is or how good of a deal it is. And so eventually we want our shows to go into syndication, basically. Regular TV term. And 6 months, for some it may be a year. We're negotiable on our exclusive time periods, but then they'll go into syndication, and if people really want to see them sit through ad after ad, they can do that later.
So what show on the site now?
Well, right now, we have releasing new episode Continuum from Blake Calhoun. He did a show called Pink Threes, which was, I believe it was 3 seasons long. It was really popular. It was one of the first series that really took off in the independent world and the web series world. And so Blake did Continuum, where we were excited to get that show as a new show coming out from a guy who tells great stories. And Continuum has been, we consistently get really good feedback. Another one we get great feedback on is Generic Girl, which is a little bit more of a niche show, done really well. It's I think it's hilarious. It's quirky. It's kind of making fun of the superhero world. If you could sum it up, probably Generic Girl, her superpower is common sense. So she's surrounded by a bunch of idiots that are heroes and villains, and she's kind of the one that has common sense. And then Blue Movies and Asylum are 2 more shows we have. Night of the Zombie King, Clutch, Out with Dad, Jeff Lewis 5-Minute Comedy Hour. Funny Vampires Werewolf, that is kind of a spoof.
It's a good show. I've heard bits of almost all of those series, and there's just too many to actually, go and sit down and watch all of. You kind of got to pick and choose which ones, so.
Right. And then I don't want to leave anybody out. We have Cell, Compulsions, Gold, The NoHo Show, Out with Dad, which I know you talked with Jason Lever. We mentioned that off the air. And a show called The Chellies as well. I think I got all of them. I think I missed anybody. There.
Are there any?
And so, go ahead.
Well, no, continue. I thought we were done with that.
Yeah, there's a slight delay. We kind of stepped on each other. I was just going to say, I really feel like any of the shows on JTS.TV are worth giving a shot to. And it's kind of like our standard when we look at shows. I mean, there's a lot of different factors. We can't take every show. If we reject a show, it's not because, it may not be because we don't think it's good enough. It just may not fit, our current lineup and what we're at right now. Or it's already been released, then, we kind of are looking for stuff that people haven't seen. Our main thing. But I feel like any show that we have is like, it's worth your time to at least watch the first episode. So I actually, David, the Zombie King and Gold, and talking with David and, sharing a little bit, before we launched the site, we got into a discussion about the premium networks on cable. Basically on HBO or Showtime, we'll watch the first episode of anything. It may not be our style. We may not watch all the seasons, all the episodes, but we're going to watch at least the pilot episode because we know the story's going to be, done well, whether it's something we like or not, and that the quality is there. So that's really the goal of JT.TV, is that every show that we have, it's going to be at least worth you watching the first episode to find out if that's something that's going to be your style. And for most people, they're going to like at least half or more of our shows. And then a show like Generic Girl, for example, I know there's some people that are like, they don't get it, but if you're someone who likes that style, they're like, it's always mentioned as when I ask, well, what's your favorite JTS.TV? Generic Girl is frequently an answer up there with Continuum. And of course, the newer shows, because people are like, they're new, they're coming out, always in people's minds. Things that, one of my favorites, too, is Jeff Lewis 5-Minute Comedy Hour, where I think, if you like that type of sketch comedy, it's the fun.
He's so funny.
I'm glad you've seen Jeff Lewis.
Well, I'm a big fan of Guild, actually, and that's where I first saw him, so. And then I heard he was doing the Jeff Lewis 5-Minute Comedy Hour or whatever the long title of that show is, I of course used them out and watched them when they came out.
Right. And, yeah, he's got season 2 coming out this month, I believe. I actually need to contact them and find out how close they to releasing those episodes. But I'm looking forward to seeing more sketch comedy from Jeff.
How do you hope the site is going to grow in the future?
Well, as we progress and get more subscribers, we'll be adding more shows. But I think our game plan for anything you would see differently in the next few months anyway, we're going to be adding mobile apps. Although you can watch on iPhone, Droid, iPad right now because we have an HTML5 fallback for our player. That's a little bit of a geeky term, but just know that if you have an iPad or an iPhone or a Droid, if you're a subscriber, log in and you can watch it on your device, almost every device that I've tested it on. It's worked fine. In fact, I watched the full episode just G catching, and that was good to know. I was expecting for a lot, but for once for the whole episode on 3G while I was walking. And but we'll be adding apps because people don't like to go to browsers as much, and we understand that. So we're glad that it's available on mobile. We're looking forward to people just being able to click the app and log in and watch. And then also set-top channels, applications like the Roku box and Boxy and Samsung and all that. Roku is probably going to be first on the list. And so people will be able to watch without a computer connected to a TV. They'll be able to watch JTS.TV on their TV through Roku. And that's coming pretty soon. We'll have our private channel up and running hopefully within a week or two. And then the public channel process is 3 to 4 weeks or so. And then we'll be up so that people could actually find us on the Roku. And then from there, we want to get into original programming, and that's just a matter of getting more subscribers or getting some investor dollars. Either way to jumpstart our plan going forward. And so by original programming, I mean people are taking us ideas and then we're either the pilot of a miniseries or a full season to start production on shows.
So, it sounds JTS.TV is a newer website, right?
Yeah, we launched February 14th. The site was up before that. We started opening up for subscriptions February 14th. So we're under 2 months in. And we announced our initial slate shows at the IWT Awards in January. And then, yeah, so we're just going.
So that's all the questions I have. So if you want to say any closing remarks and give people the web address, which of course will be linked below, but just so that people can have it.
Yeah, sure. Well, no, it's really simple. It is at jts.tv. www is necessary or not. It will automatically go there if you just jts.tv. I covered the main points, but what I like to stress, especially with people who may be like big fans of the types of content we have, is that our financial model really is the only thing we've seen out there that can support multiple shows all at once. So you see Indiegogo, Kickstarter campaigns. In Canada, I think they have another company, or maybe one of those two can go. I know one of them can't for sure. But they're doing all these crowdfunding campaigns for $40 a year or $4 a month subscription. You get to support like 15 shows all at the same time. Because half of all of our subscription revenue goes right into it, and then a good portion of our revenue goes back into marketing and pushing to get it out there. So we're trying to really JTS.TV doesn't make very much money. honestly, until we've really grown the subscriber base. We kind of built it to support the shows. And so I'm not taking a salary right now. We've got 3 other people on our executive team, and we're not getting paid until we're successful enough that our shows are making significant money from, and by significant, I mean a lot more than they make from any other platform that's currently out there using the ad-based model. And so if you subscribe for $3.99 a month, you're helping support these filmmakers to make really good content. So if you're a fan of independent television, you want to see more of it made, something has to happen. Something's got to emerge where these make money on their productions so that they can keep doing what they love and keep producing shows you love. And so I would just encourage you to check out jts.tv. We also have free preview episodes. We use a different player. So it's a downloadable. It doesn't stream like our subscribers get. But the episodes are there and it downloads. Usually plays right away. So I was just mentioning that it's a different player because we have a little bit higher quality for our subscribers. But you can check out 5 or 6, it's more like 9 or 10 of our shows, preview episodes. So you can just go to jts.tv and watch some free shows. And if you like it, subscribe.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's not a problem. I'm a big supporter of independent television, and really think if you think it's going to hurt if people like you come around and really try to support independent television.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more and more stuff coming out. I want to make sure that the really good stuff gets